Hey everyone, decided to take today to do some maintenance on the free ride deck. Got the Rocket Radagon 34. Love that board. Don't trip trucks. And been riding in the salt. But wow, yeah, gotta do some maintenance. Sealed bearings, those are good. Nice and sealed still. The stainless steel and brass truck mounting hardware is good. And the aftermarket spherical from McMaster Car is good. But the hardware, whew, yeah, this was rough. Getting that back truck apart, the details are too horrific to relive. So, got some new hardware coming from McMaster Car, some all stainless stuff. See how it goes. All right. All right, we got our McMaster course stainless steel bolts and some McMaster, we're gonna get out of there, black oxide stainless steel nuts. So let's get these things put together, yeah? See how this goes. See how the length is. Okay. A little bit, teeny bit longer, but not much. And then the black oxide nut is a little bit taller, but where it's going, it shouldn't matter. So let's see. All right, a couple of things I want to show you guys out there. Okay, when we're having steel hardware going into a 6061 aluminum, at the face, at the surface that the steel meets the aluminum, if you get some kind of moisture in there, the metals are dissimilar and you get a small amount of current flowing. You actually have a small battery that forms there, just like older batteries were zinc and carbon. Yeah, we have different kinds of batteries. Anyway, the corrosion you get is not just from salt, but it's actually galvanic corrosion. So you have a little battery, a little galvanic battery there. So using the stainless steel helps because the reactivity, the potential difference between the metals is a lot lower. So you have less. The stainless is not going to rust if you do have some kind of battery effect. So this is the rear truck base plate, by the way. And then the other thing is, when you have aluminum, it helps. These are two electrical compounds, and what these do is they help with electrical joint corrosion, because electrical joints corrode when you have copper against aluminum. So these are two different products. They both contain grease and then zinc, metallic zinc. So you can see it's a nice little bit of zinc. So anyway, what the zinc does is the zinc offers corrosion resistance. So also, this compound here has a tiny bit of fine sand in it. And what you can do is on trucks like this and other trucks where you have some sort of sliding, articulating surface where we're trying to grip it, you can use this as a lubricant to prevent corrosion, but also take advantage of the small sand. It's microscopic sand, silica, but the silica will help lock in the truck, but also keep the aluminum from galling or binding up unnecessarily. So I wanted to show you guys that too. So I have this on here and it'll slide, but once I tighten it down, the sand grains will embed themselves in the aluminum and keep it from sliding, but then it'll release too. So this product can be found at your local hardware store in the electrical section. They have other products, some don't have the zinc, but also are corrosion preventers. And that can be used on any truck, any place, like in the hardware where you have steel. If these were steel, they would have rusted against this also. But being stainless steel and brass, the corrosion is significantly reduced. So anyway, I just want to show you that. So we'll keep some other stuff going here. All right, got the trucks together. See the stainless steel hardware right there. And these aren't fully tightened down. You see there's a little more protrusion, but the length is perfect and just engages the nylon lock, so that's good. A couple things I want to show you. This is a very thin piece of 95 polyurethane. Get it from McMaster-Carr, and it's very, very thin. So what it does is it allows my truck, we have a hard surface, we have another hard surface, not as hard, but still fairly hard. It's not really squishy. By using just a teeny soft intermediate layer, we can allow keep the truck so it can fit more flush for the board. It can help with any irregularities in the surfaces, and it helps us tighten it down better. And also for trucks like this where the base is two-piece, it helps to make sure the trucks are level better and leveled out with each other. So just wanted to show that there. So we're going to get it all buttoned up. And then, yeah, the other thing I wanted to show was with these ones, these bushings on the front, I've counterbored them just a teeny bit. So it's not countersunk, it's a straight bore. So that way, when I use my spherical, pop it in there. Okay. Open bushing. What we're going to do is, instead of using this is a stainless steel spherical, and it has a Teflon liner on the inside. Although they said it's stainless, but you can see the corrosion there, even still. Maybe dust from the old one was still in there. But it has a little Teflon liner. Camera's not really going to pick that up. But what I'm going to try is, I'm going to try this plastic spherical, where I had to sand it a little bit to make it a slide fit in the bore. And so what we'll do is, that's a Delrin spherical, so we're going to see how that works. Alright, got the first truck mounted and tight. Now I just wanted to show everyone that when you lubricate, there's still, and you know if you own this truck, that using the pads and that little bit of grease, you still have some adjustability possible without completely loosening the truck hardware, the mounting hardware. So yeah, that's why the grease on the pins and on the mating surfaces, and then using the urethane pads helps. That's where that helps at. All right, let's get the back truck on. All right, got both trucks on. Nice and adjusted. Everything looks good, nice and tight. Let's see here. Yep, real good. One of the things I want to mention is so these are truss head screws, so a little bit wider than a normal screw. It's kind of hard to see, but they're wider, and they also offer a much lower profile to the board than the normal round head screws. And so that's a nice feature, that they're less feeling of the board underfoot, less feeling of the hardware underfoot, and they're better than flathead screws because they don't dig into and sink into the deck, which can crack the carbon fiber. And once carbon fiber is cracked, it's done. So, and these are stainless steel, and also some people have been curious about the brass nut. So what the brass nut does is, if you use a stainless steel nut, and I shove this screw through and a piece of sandpaper, the grip tape comes off and damages the thread, the stainless steel nut will gall onto the thread, and it'll basically fuse itself together. And so the only way to get that out is by either drilling the head off that or cutting it. And it's not a pretty sight either way. It can also happen if you had some debris here, a little damage. So the use of the brass hardware allows the nut itself to strip out or adjust its threads in case the hardware is damaged. The tensile strength of brass compared to steel or stainless steel is only about 10 ksi, so that's 20 or 10,000 pounds difference, but we're at 50,000 pounds or 50 ksi with steel, and I believe it's 40 ksi with brass. And at 40 ksi, you're going to pull the head through the board. So yeah, that's the reason behind, the rationale behind the brass bolts there. And the thread here, these are stainless on stainless, but this is black oxide stainless, so the tolerance is a little bit larger, and then I lubricated the threads to prevent the galling. Lubricated the two threads of the truck base plate. So there we go. Those are the secrets that big government does not want you to know about truck maintenance. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Happy New Year.